Alright, I've started the recording. Oh, I need to log into PyChess.
I've always wondered if I could create a handicap game and still make it rated. It shouldn't be that way, of course.
Well, in Go, you'd like if you're playing on online Go servers, you would often play like rated games where you have to give like 15 plus 10. So this is a Shogi video.
Ready.
I'm playing with the baby pieces because I'm rusty. Good luck.
That's fine. I play with them too. Although I could use any piece of them.
Yeah, the Kenji pieces look really good. Okay, we got the bishop thing. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, you know a lot of things about Shogi.
Or I could just be pulling stuff.
Yeah, you could just be pulling some nonsense. I wouldn't even know. I don't know enough about it.
Well, the thing is, I play differently based on whether I play against a static rook or ranging rook player. But I don't think you have
It's okay. You can tell me.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know enough theory to be any particular thing because it's just like a weird setup, right?
Well, I mean, the difference between static and ranging is this: static rook, your rook doesn't move, and in ranging rook, it moves the file, and that affects where you castle.
I see.
So, like, usually in ranging rook, the rook would go to the other side of the board, and so you castle your king the other way. But if you do static rook, then you castle your king on the opposite side of the board. And so where I move my king kind of depends on. And I think one of the problems is I'm used to playing against so many ranging rook players that I just kind of subconsciously move my king that way. But if I formed a castle that I was gonna form, it's actually really bad against rook. Because if I move my king even further, then your rook is pointing right at it, which is.
I guess it's kind of hard for me to make sense of why you would move the rook in the first place because the board is like symmetrical. So what do you gain apart from, I don't know, just a loss of time?
That is a problem with the ranging rook. You lose time by moving it across. Um, the way I think about it's kind of like a southpaw way of playing, because the majority of players, including and even Alpha Zero, prefer static rook. But if you spend your time learning a lot of the static rook openings, then someone comes and plays ranging rook, and you have no idea how to defend against that.
I see. So when we did this on Twitch, those videos have been lost now because I wasn't aware of the export to YouTube function. Tend to have OKZH teach me that. Oh, you got this knight moving out. I don't even pushing my bishop around. Or maybe that's not.
Maybe I don't like committing the knight though because I can't retreat. Once you pull back the bishop, then my knight's stuck there, and you can just pick it off. Now, see, like what I was talking about with static rook and ranging rook. Currently, you're playing static rook, but you actually move the king behind the rook, which is actually considered very
Dubious.
If you moved your king towards like rank 7 or towards rank 7, it would actually be much stronger for you, and you have all the good generals over there. It.
Oh, okay.
But where you have it right now, there are no gold. And I think the castle is defined by the gold generals, right? So I technically have a very flimsy makeshift castle on my side. Oh, and another benefit of ranging rook is that you move your king away from the opponent's rook. So your king is in technically ranging rook position, so it's away from my rook. And in that sense, it's kind of a safer kind of formation.
Because I was thinking if you put the bishop back on c3, then like the bishop's pointing at the king, the rook's pointing at the king. I always play for prophylaxis, man. I'm just like, Nimzovich. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah, I mean it's true. I mean the king on the other side of the board, you can have a lot of pieces pointed at it, but it's also much stronger. So.
So you've been like studying shogi, or just practicing a lot?
Yeah, for a little bit, and then life got busy again, and I've kind of stopped playing.
And you're a variant inventor now, right?
Yeah, I mean, since I don't have time to play games, I just like coming up with some stuff in the meantime. I have the engine running in the background right now.
You've been testing a lot of asymmetrical games.
Yeah, I'm testing a game where one army is replaced by a Shang-Chi army, basically, or a Shang-Chi inspired army. So right now, this is the 6th game, and it's basically 3-3 right now, which is a really good sign. It's to make an asymmetrical game is like much harder than your classic symmetrical games.
Stands to reason.
But I mean, I really like StarCraft growing up, and that whole like balance between asymmetrical powers was really something I kind of wanted to see in a board game. So right now, you're not a very good position.
Yes.
If dropping that pawn was actually, it didn't help you at all because I was going to move my silver there regardless. So now I just got a free pawn out of it.
Well, I thought you were going to drop the pawn there.
Nah, it's usually just push the silver all the way up. So this is called a climbing silver attack, where the silver is supported by the rook. And if you don't stop it, it's just one of the most basic ways to attack, and it's very, very. As you can see right now, there's not much. And now I have a dragon.
Yes, that is true. Oh yikes!
Check.
This was I made some poor life decisions. Yeah, and you've got the house almost in your hand as well.
I mean, now I kind of do have to do something about that bishop skewering my knight. I mean, I don't really care about the pieces so much as I'm more worried about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, CouchTomato. Discord cut out. What was the thing that you're more worried about?
I'm more worried about the bishop promoting.
I see.
And so I could drop a gold, but having gold on hand is actually very good. Or I could drop my bishop and then we just exchange and then you drop again.
And you would have to be the first to deviate from that, right?
Come again?
You would have to be the first one to deviate from the repeatedly dropping bishops.
I don't know. It's oh.
I didn't expect that one.
You didn't expect that?
No, I expected the pawn push.
Nah, because if I took with the pawn instead, you would be able to take the knight. You would lose the silver regardless, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you still got a knight, anyways. Also, personally, I usually don't like dropping a knight. I like to keep it in my hand. Because I like to think of them as like droppable forks, and they're actually really deadly in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually wait for a moment where I could like fork two generals, or fork a rook and something, or a bishop and.
I see.
But right now you're not really forking anything, so I'm not really gonna respond to that.
Hmm. Kind of feels like I'm running out of things to play for, honestly. But I don't want to resign.
I mean, if there's no hope, sometimes it's considered the polite thing to resign, but we'll see. It's good, better to play it out.
Okay. I'm not polite though. I'm very full of myself. Uh, hmm. Okay.
All right, so now I got something that's more of a
You got something that's more of a what? Oh, more of a castle.
You see, my king is protected by 3 gens.
Check.
Ooh. Okay. That's tough.
So now you see why silvers aren't really considered part.
I can't drop a pawn there because I already have the pawn. Okay. Hard.
It won't really, even if you could drop one. Ah, shit.
Them sneaky promoted bishops in the corners.
I feel like I'm blind to the corners.
It's because the board's too big, maybe. 9x9.
Even in chess though, bishops in the like near the corners, I'm kind of blind to them. It's just like a blind spot.
Uh-huh. Hard to find a move, really. I have no pieces left to drop.
Lots of.
Yeah, you're only giving pawns. You'd be a good bughouse partner because you just give pawns.
Here.
Oh, what the hell am I doing?
Check. Check.
Oh dear, this is not looking too good for me, huh?
Check.
Yikes. Oh, it's mate. Okay.
Check.
You had mate in one. You're doing the engine thing where you make the game longer.
Check. You lose.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have just dropped the pawn. Or, not the pawn, obviously, but the silver, because the rook is pinned.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Silly me.
Ah, yeah. Nice one. Too strong.
This game.
Alright, man. I'll let you go.
Oh shit, it's already time.
Alright, man. I'll plot my revenge. Study up on my shogi. I'll have to do it again.
Alright. I'll look forward to it.
Alright, thanks, man.